I'm rolling.
You're gonna start with my face?
I'm starting with the face, Gabe. Don't be shy.
I'm horrified.
And
Alright. So we're... Oh no, we're professional. We haven't really shown some just nitty-gritty work updates.
Like that.
And the reason why we haven't, because we've been too busy working, okay? So I'll start with the logo, because this is something that I made maybe back in November. So this is the old logo, and that's the new logo.
Hey, buddy.
You can ignore all, that's just the color palette.
What is happening?
So we have this battle screen now. We have our characters implemented where they're supposed to go, so like your character's on this side and your enemy's on this side. So these are the fully animated little cycles that they do. This is our first character. Oh yeah, okay, and something about characters. You'll notice that each character has like some kind of sound device associated with them. This is Aria, and she uses like bells. That's what the characters in this world use to control the blocks in their boards and stuff. So for instance, this guy is Romp, and he has like basically a tuba built into his stump. And so he's animating like shooting air, brassy kind of noises, which you might get to hear later. And this is Mactooth. He's more vocal. He kind of roars. He might also like to eat. I don't know. He doesn't have a good backstory yet.
I'd also like to eat.
Just there might be some like contextual clues on his personality. This is the other human character, and he's got a more traditional harp as his sort of like sound instrument. And so they'll all be in battles. Some people will have like devices and like digital things. Some people are using like acoustic stuff. Sort of like a musical battle, but with blocks. Oh, we're also working on a new title screen. Oh, this is what I was working with before. Look at that background. There's nothing going on in there.
Nope.
Would you want to go there?
Maybe.
Alright, well, I would rather go here.
Gasp.
Yes. So that's a new title screen. And this will actually be printed out. You might be seeing this on some business cards pretty soon. At a certain place in a certain Tampa.
A certain Tampa.
In one of those Tampas.
I wonder which Tampa that could be.
Yeah, I don't know. This title screen kind of gives away some of the areas that you'll be seeing if you're playing through single player, because you start off in your sort of hometown forest area, and then you like move south toward like a big city and like a beach and stuff. Oh,
Miley's new background.
That's right. Yeah, so Miley's worked on this, but she also actually contributed to this character. So these were the concept drawings for what eventually became Mactooth. Alright, Miley's, if you want to come in here for a second. This is one of the cousins. Oh my gosh, the timing!
That's not Miley's.
That timing was crazy.
Hey guys,
this is Miley's.
I'm like, here's one of our cousins, and Andrew appears out of nowhere.
I'm Mactooth's mother.
That's funny. I have your drawings up. Yeah, that looks cool. Oh, the faces? Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was Andrew's idea to put particles around
So
the
cool.
combo number, and then I was like, oh, well, if you're doing particles, we could make those like custom to the character.
It looks like they're coming out of Mactooth's mouth.
Why are they jiggling?
That's to warn you that they're about to touch the top.
Oh, the blocks? Yeah, so look at this column. It's gonna go, once this turns, see? It like tells you what
so
column
cool.
you need to fix. And like
Show me that again. What'd you do?
When you get a column that's too high, you'll start to take damage. In a real game, you would have lost by now. But we tell you which columns are the problem. So like, if you have one column that's too high, the whole column will start jiggling. So you know, like, you need to lower it.
That's the sound of a swap.
What?
When you're moving blocks around.
That's a good sound.
Oh, are you rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll get real now. So we're moving on to some of what I've been doing for sound and music.
Yeah.
So, so I'm using Logic Pro just because it's what I have. It's not like particularly better or worse than anything else.
Just to clear that
A
up.
lot of people use Fruity Loops. Like, do you know that's a program?
You're joking, right?
Fruity Loops is a audio program for Windows, and like people write video game music on it all the time.
Wow.
But I don't have Fruity Loops because it's Windows. We're basically recreating like a Super Nintendo game, and to get like that quality just right, we're using even our sound samples in similar ways. Because like The Super Nintendo used very short audio samples, repeated. And so to recapture that, someone actually made a plugin that lets you like drag in any sample you want here. Okay, so this, what is this? This is the string sound. So you can hear it's like looping, like you can hear the loop. It's not a very long sound, but this is how basically all sounds were done back then because it was such low spec hardware. They had to like save RAM wherever they could. And to do that, I'm like recording sound effects off like free sound websites and like keyboards that I had around me, like Ed's keyboard.
My trusty Casio CA110.
So this is like this giant 6-minute file of me like recording Casio sounds. And they're really short. And so I isolate like one of those sounds and I drag it into here, and then it maps it to a keyboard. But it's cool because you can do this with anything. Like I have all our sound effects in the game. Like this is a Super Plexis. And if I wanted to, this might be a little long, I don't know if this is gonna work. I could drag this in to this plugin and play a Super Plexis.
Nice.
That's weird. That's the first time I've ever heard that. So that's basically what's driving a lot of the music, is like that concept. And this plugin, if anyone's curious, is called C700. Some Japanese guy made it. I'm very appreciative. This is the project file for like the battle sound effects. This. There we go. That's a block exploding. This is a dead block ball.
On full loop.
Okay, this sound is whenever you're moving a block around, it's like this subtle little click. So like every time a block is swapping, it makes this click. And what this actually is, it's a bike wheel. Like, you know that sound when you're riding a bike and it's like clicking as you're like going along? And of course, it's very quiet in the actual game, so you don't, it's just kind of a subtle little tactile thing. The freeze. That's got some more Casio in it. And that's every sound effect at all once.
Jeez.
Ow! Oh, I should point out, there's a pretty cool site. BFXR. I'm not using it for everything, but it's like, it's completely randomly generated sounds based on like a few parameters that you can just keep adjusting and adjusting. So it's like, oh, I want a jump sound. There's a bunch of random jump sounds. And you can change all these like parameters to make it sound a little bit more customized.
That's cool.
And I have put this in, I usually mix this in with other elements that I have to kind of like, give it that video game thing. Like, oh yeah, I like that sound, but I want a slightly different version, and you can mutate it. No, that one's good. No, I don't know. There we go. Alright, now we're getting... Oh! Something new is happening.
Andrew, what do you got in store for
That's what I
us?
wasn't sure about. I couldn't...
Well, I want to show off health, so...
Can I talk yet?
No!
Can I talk?
This kid doesn't shut up.
Sorry.
Get back to work. We've been kind of quiet about why we added characters to the game. You have little health bars up here. Your characters do different amounts of damage and they take less damage based on their defense. So I have Machtooth selected, which he's kind of big, so he's got a big health bar too. If I make some matches, I'll send dead blocks to my opponent and he'll take damage. What the heck? Hold on. The f.
And we're going back to the drawing board. Oh shit.
It's okay.
Okay.
What? Where is that? Oh, no, this is the build from earlier. We were fine. I didn't build it.
I'm rolling still.
Just wait for the music to play, because it's easier for me to talk if there's music. So here's why we added. So, like, if I make a match, a dead block gets sent to my opponent, and the moment it lands, he takes some damage. If you touch the top, which my opponent is doing right now, then he starts to take consistent damage. And this will happen to me too, so I'm about to hit the top, and now I'm going to take consistent damage. So we were kind of thinking that we need something to give you back HP. And so Gabe took like 20 minutes and made a really cool health block. We're going to add that to the game. When we made Well, when I made the engine, Gabe. No.
Well, I made the health block. Okay? Took 30 minutes. You don't know what it takes.
But when I made the game engine, I was like, we need everything to be super expandable because when we make updates, we want to be able to give a lot of stuff. We want to be able to add a lot to the game. I'm going to show how easy it is to add a block to the game and give it very specific functionality. We're going to add a health block, and when you make a match with it, you're going to get a bunch of health back. And that's
Yeah,
the gist
baby.
of it. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Woo!
Alright. This is Gabe's art. It's obviously the final form. He never does more than one passive art. He only does one, and then that's it. Never polishes anything. And it's such a lot. He does like 50 polishes of the art because he cares about it.
There's final version 6, draft 1. Final version, draft 3.
Hi, my Lise.
So what I'm doing here is I'm setting up the small board health block and the big board health block. And what we're gonna do is save this because it's all set up. Now we have the new atlas, and you can kind of see the health block up here. It's a big atlas because we're gonna be adding lots of stuff to this, so you can kind of see it there, but we're ready to actually code for it now. Basically, we need some way of defining the space that it takes up. So the big one is at 1789 by 149. 149. I know it's 36 by 36. I do all the animations in code. There's no animation editor or anything like that. So each skin is going to have this animation added to it, which is just one texture. So it's kind of like every block skin is going to have this block added to it. It's kind of the idea. So now we can actually code the usage of the object that we just made. For this we have to go into the board because we need to create an instance where this block could actually be created. What would happen on the phone is occasionally we would get this block, the cross block that we saw a minute ago on the screen, but we need to actually do something with it. So when you make a match, what we're going to do is check if your block type that we made the match with is a health block. And if it is, then we'll tell the match to give health.
Okay, guys.
We gotta get artistic clearing of the mine. There we go. And there should basically be a health block now, where when you make a match with it, you will get some health back. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some damage from the top of my board, and it's gonna go down really far. And if I make a 4, I should get 60 health back, basically. What happens right now is when you lose HP, a negative red number of how much HP you lost spawns on top of your character and kind of flings out onto the side, so that you can kind of see how frequent it's happening. The same thing will happen but in green when we make a match. So first thing we want to do is show off that the health block actually appears. We actually got one right here. And you can see it's as simple as adding the animation and the entity and making it a usable block type that now we can move around and work with this health block. So just ignore what's happening to my opponent because he's not the star here. You are. So right now I've taken some HP, or I've taken some damage. I'm gonna take a little bit more. Okay, that's pretty good. And now you can see that we have some health blocks here. So I'm gonna make a 3 and I should get back 30 HP on my health bar up here. And you can see I did, and there was a little 30 that came up. So now I'm gonna make a 4 and I should get back 60. Oh. And I did. So this is basically as simple as it is to add something to our game. Assets are really coming together, we're getting ready for MetroCon and things are going really fast.
There's something about the particle effect on the numbers that looks like bleeding.
I know.
Like they're bleeding real damage. Like Magtooth looks like he's screaming his out, and then Romp looks like he's blowing his horn. How is the system gonna handle all these people being connected? What's gonna happen? Who's gonna get who?
You gotta be signed into Game Center. So good.
Wait, is it
I'm not signed in?
hosted off of Apple's server yet, or no?
I mean, just make sure
It uses Apple's Game Center.
Oh yeah, the conflicting music is gonna be so much fun. Alright, we're all gonna play as Magtooth, alright?
Yes!
Andrew's in a match with Ed, right?
No,
I'm in a match with Ella.
Oh, okay. This is cool. I don't think we've really tested consecutive multiplayer matches like this.
Andrew, I have 0 health and I'm still going.
Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you.
Oh my gosh. I hate music.
We're all searching.
Alright, everybody.
Searching.
Click search.
I don't know who
Eddie,
I'm
I'm
playing.
connected with you.
You are?
Oh, it's Gabe versus.
I got Gabe!
I'm gonna get Ella, I think.
Why are we always so Oh wait, Gabe's up.
I don't know.
Give me.
Playing for the kid.
This is hard, you guys.
Estonia has made Skype and
your
Super
mom has
Plexis.
That's true.
Is this the way you say it?
Super Plexis.
That's why it has 3 stars. Higher rating. Count.
Yeah, I bet all the ratings are about the servers
It's
being
probably
down.
yeah, there's 2 kinds of posts online right now. There's posts about racism and there's posts about Pokemon Go.
Wow, that really dates this vlog perfectly.
Making online servers takes so much research.
Yeah. Ed, you love Pokemon now?
I love Pokemon because I'm a man.
Don't you have intense nostalgia in your regions?
Yeah, sure. But I don't really play video games ever. See, I like to wear fluorescent colors so that my mom can find me really easily. Gotta have those reflective stripes. Otherwise, mom will be like,
Yep. So if you want Pikachu, you're gonna have to like run a lot.
Brother and sister.
Almost.
yeah, I got him.
And then if you visit enough churches, you can get like more Pokeballs and stuff.
Churches.
You're awesome.
Hi, I love you. Marry me. I'm desperate. Come on.
I don't kiss the camera.
Hey, I'm not done.
Cool.